Hello, my name's Shadley, welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Korea. We're still trying to play tall and all that. We don't have much of a military, although we probably could build up it a little bit. We're actually building up some extra government administration. We're also trying to increase our fleet size a little bit just to get some prestige out of it. Probably won't get much though, but hopefully... Oh, leading producer of what? Oh, well, second leading producer of oil, okay. That's interesting. We still need to get a lot more prestige as well. Actually, that reminds me... Oh, we don't have the romanticism yet, but there's the betterment process. Just the research. Let's go ahead and switch to that on all the steel mills. That's going to give quite a bit extra steel. Yes, we are going to change that on all of them. And what's the private sector building currently? Paper mill, logging camps, another whaling station. Foreign quarters are building another tobacco plantation. And the government sector is just building another administration building in the northwestern state. Just so we can get... Oh, what's this then? Oh. Right. Some fighting over here. Ah, right. It's their vassal over there fighting that one. I didn't realize that I could actually, technically speaking, take part in that, but sure. Don't think I will, mind you. So the paper price is still fairly high, but yeah, the paper mill will be done very shortly. Friends abroad. Oh. Mention for free trade party and relations with France improve. You know, I'm going to take that. Because that might actually increase the chances of getting France to support us. No, they would not take that yet. They're a bit cautious about China. Oh well, I don't suppose Britain would really be willing to do that either. No. I could maybe try to improve relations with them. I'm going to stop improving relations with Russia. And then go to Britain and start improving relations there. Because if I could get support from both Russia and Britain, which is unlikely, but if I can get support from both of them, then there's probably a decent chance that we might be able to demand independence. Best market control. They will not take that, but that's going to give us a bit more liberty desire. There we go, back to 51. We just need to keep spamming those, I suppose, to get up high enough on the liberty desire. We're still a trusted tributary, which does mean that we pay 20% of our income to Jing, which is still quite substantial. It's definitely hindering us, and I suppose it's helping Jing a lot to build up their economy. They are still about 96 million in GDP. Okay, well, either we keep the current government, or we could try to get the industrialists in there. It will reduce the illegitimacy, but it might open up some more laws to pass. Interventionism, It's not that much support for it yet. Protectionism does have a bit of support. But mostly just the industrialists in their religious schools. I can't really pass it right now. Could try to go to wealth voting. But there's only mostly just the industrialists supporting that. We kind of need the different agitators to get going. What do you actually support? Jingoist. So professional army, mass conscription. Oh, so could we maybe try to pass the professional army then? We've got 16% chance there. Oh, there's no one really opposing it other than trade unionists, but those aren't really an option or problem. Rule folk would also oppose it, but they're not in the government. I'm actually going to take that. There's another shipyard being built. And then another food industry. Foreign quarters are building another... Oh no, the furniture factory, it was not. That's probably somewhere else then. Had to update the numbers there. Okay, so yeah, we're building the whaling, shipyards, more food industries. That's still making a lot of money. And maybe now we can get the professional army. We can then go ahead and build up our... Like, do have 2 armies at least total. It will, of course, cost us a little bit, but that's going to give us prestige, which might be the crucial thing to get at the liberty side. Because right now, the prestige, they got a lot more. But yeah, like, it's kind of... hopefully you'll have, like, 1 to 5 times multiplier. So, of course, the Overlord has more prestige, but right now it's quite a bit above that. So we've got some work to do in there to catch up. We've just got the whaling station already, and another silk plantation will be built. The investment pool is kind of diminishing right now, though. So that's kind of concerning. I suppose what we could do is we could go ahead and build up another railway in the meanwhile. How's the railway down here looking like? It's making a profit. And it's all owned by the state. So it's not actually a huge effectiveness in there, but that's fine. But it does reduce the transportation costs at least. And thus we can then maybe start using the transportation later on, not necessarily immediately, but later on in several places. How's the steel price right now? We actually got a little bit extra steel. Oh, so is there anything that we can maybe switch to use steel? I don't think there is a lot of things that we can switch right now. Not really, no. Like, all the tools are already using that. Inefficient agriculture. We should follow their advice. Backroom dealing exposed. We'll take the bureaucracy cost. Oh, French attitude worsened. Oh, belligerent. Oh dear. Well, that's not good. Now I'm kind of wondering if we're going to end up with the same situation as last time, where France decided to conquer one of our states. Which kind of means that we probably want to increase the army size, which is one of the reasons why I'm trying to get a professional army, so that we can have a proper standing army. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and... oh, diplomat expelled. Oh dear. Huh. Well, let's go ahead and recruit another general. Probably not a great general, but we'll take it. I'm sure the Jing... Oh, their military is pretty small. I don't suppose I can get independence from them right now. No. Okay, so in that case, what we need to do is we need to increase the amount of conscripts that we have. So we'll have 25 regulars, or we could have up to... If we want to keep it so that we have all the enough general capacity in there, then I suppose what we might want to do is get another couple artillery. It's going to get us 70. That's already going to be, technically speaking, a little bit above. It's already 95. Or maybe we can go for a little bit higher than that. We'll get a bit more infantry. There's 80. 85, so that's now 110. 115, and then we'll go ahead and get a couple more lancers. There we go, so that's a total 120. We'll go ahead and upgrade or promote one of these. The troops are still going to be fairly bad quality, mind you. Raising concerns. Yeah, I suppose it does need to be addressed. Rule folk are in very upset mode right now. Tech spread is reduced drastically because of that. But yeah, we need to have a decent army. We've now got 90 prestige at least. Don't really have a lot of the fleets here. I believe this one is still hiring. Oh yeah, they're not really hiring much. Well, the expenses are fairly high. Is there any universities in here? There is one, but it might not be quite enough. So that's definitely a problem. But we'll get another railway, then the private sector can take over the construction costs again. Oh, campaign of banquets. No, I'm gonna, you know, be a bit of a exploiter in a way. We'll take the extra in there. We do already have one setback though, but now there's 37% chance of progress in the law. So I think that'll be fine. We'll get the romanticism. Also, what's the oh, it's crystal class is actually the one that's spreading to. Right, then after romanticism, there's going to be banking, so we can queue that one up already. Also, that's the last level 1 available. But that's going to open up the possibility of getting rid of the traditionalism, to get the agrarianism at least. So that's already going to be improving the situation for us a long bit, or quite a bit. I'm guessing the motor industries, yeah, they're making a little bit of money again. Actually, oh wow, they're on full production now. There's quite a bit of buy orders. Is that... How much of that is the trade through? Trader is 40. Oh, wow. Well, there's the romanticism. A bit more prestige. Excellent. And now we can also start getting some of the art academies. I don't know if we need to build them too much. Is there a demand for art in the beginning, or in the first place? A tiny bit, but no. There's a bit more, or too much offering of that already, really, to be that much profitable. But there we go. The railway is just a few weeks away. And the private sector is building another food industry. They are still building, like, one more, I think. No, they can still do another 2, actually, whaling stations in our capital. Interesting. Oh, low process of consideration. There we go. That's the first of the many steps, or, well, 3 steps, I suppose. Which does kind of mean that we can maybe get a bit larger standing army then. We might even split the armies in 2, maybe, to have, like, a 1 army and a 2nd army. And then have some conscripts between the 2. There we go, there's the railway built. That's down here. That's going to take a little while before it's really making a profit. But that is probably going to be fairly useful. Now, is the steel mill over here, it's probably making... It's okay profit. I suppose it could be better. Petitioners approach the government. Colonial exploitation. No, we're not going to take that one. Hopefully they... Oh, preserve national militia. I don't really want to support that one. But yeah, no, we're paying back some of the loans that we took. Hopefully it will be good. We are now 10.6 million GDP. We're number 16 in the world. So we have dropped the list a tiny bit there. Ottoman Empire, right, they had the revolt, so they were a little bit lower on the list. But we are still above Mexico and... Oh, Egypt's managed to get quite a bit more GDP there suddenly. Right then. But yeah, these two will be done soon. Actually, the silk plantation will be done first of the two of them. I suppose it's a lot cheaper to build. It's only a third of the cost compared to the other one. Professional army. Now, we've got 37% chance of getting to the next phase. Citizens Association. Okay, we can get 10% extra success chance, so now it's 47%. That is already going to be pretty good. We've still got decent innovation. Or a little bit extra in the innovation. Not much, mind you, but a little bit. I'm hoping that we can keep that going. I suppose the... overall, the GDP is going quite nicely. How's the... Okay, the transportation price over here in Northwest has gone down a little bit. It hasn't really gone down much in the Southwest, though. I suppose we only produce 5 transportation currently because the production isn't going full speed yet. And I suppose the cost of the engine is fairly high. So that's going to take a while. But they are definitely hiring, and the transportation that is available now in the state is actually coming along quite nicely. I'm going to go ahead and put in the public trams over here for the transportation as well. Just to provide a bit more stuff, and it's making the urban centers a bit more profitable. So it's all good. At least in theory, a bit more profitable. Probably not that much in practice. I still can't really reduce taxation. Although we do have the laws now, or the things to maybe... Well, I suppose we need to get rid of the traditionalism still. And for that we need to... Well, now we can actually get agrarianism. It doesn't... Well, the intelligentsia does have a pretty good support for it, but they're not in the government. The rural folk are not in the government. Industrialists are in the government. So actuality, the support for the law is quite tiny. Over a drink. I'll take another 5% chance. Now 52. Oh, another coal mine is being queued. Oh, and that's in the southeastern state. That's going to be brilliant to make the coal or the steel mill over here a bit more profitable. Right now, of course, there's not that much demand for steel. But if we can reduce the production cost over here, that's already going to be making a massive difference. And also going to make the steel price over here maybe drop a little bit. So the tooling price is going to be... Or the production cost for the tools is going to be a bit less. That's making it a bit more profitable to actually produce. Although right now it looks like the tool situation actually is not bad anymore. We have managed to reduce a lot of that. Let's actually have a look at the first army. So what do we have in the mobilizing? Let's see, supplies. Ah, right, we choose over here. Okay. Don't think we have enough groceries yet. Supplements, I suppose we could get chocolate in there. I don't know if the... Oh, and liquor is probably going to be fairly cheap, so we'll put that one. Not going to put opium. Transportation, it's either force march or rail transportation. I don't think we have enough engines for that. We're going to hold off on that one. Reconnaissance, we don't have any options there. Support equipment, we don't have any support. Oh, right, okay, we can just see the summary there. Medical support, no, we don't have any of these yet. Don't have a triage, so we can get those, and we can't get these. Okay, well, we've got at least a few things in there. Actually, is that something... Oh, right, we could do it through here. Right, I forgot about that. There we go. I thought that I remember this one, but I didn't remember where it was. Media endorsements. You know what? We'll improve the approval rating from rural folk a little bit. We'll still get a bit of boost there. But that's now 61%. I'm pretty sure that the law will pass soon. We're still paying off a lot of the loans. And we're about 11 million in GDP. Literacy rate is almost 18%. Standard of living is a bit on the low side. It's less than 8 currently. And the population is increasing. But if we do have a look at the population total, only 73% are now peasants. Whereas previously it was still 77 or something like that when we last checked. There's another textile mill underway. Oh, and another motor industry is being built. Oh, brilliant. That will probably be actually quite good money. Because there is a lot of demand for the engines. Yeah, the mobilization over here... how's the tobacco situation, actually? If there's a huge amount of tobacco, we could... Well, there's a little bit. You know what, we'll go ahead and activate tobacco. So, the army is a bit more expensive to run. But also, it provides a little bit more... Oh, I suppose we'll develop a can opener. How's the grocery situation? So, the price is still fairly high. Admittedly, we are... Oh, there's a bit of sell orders, but... we produce about 600 of it. locally. Hey, there we go. The professional army is progressing forward. And there's going to be another iron mine built after the motor industries. So these things are coming along quite nicely. The GDP is now definitely on the rise. We are admittedly dropping on the listings here a little bit. Let's see. Oh, right. Japan is... they did have... Oh, it's actually Empire of Japan now. Alright then. I wouldn't mind switching away from the monarchy at some point though, but right now it's not really happening, I reckon. And I suppose since the ruler is part of the landowners... Actually, is the heir apparent? Oh, that's also landowners. Well then, that's not going to be great. Let's have a look at the diplomacy. Can we? No, we can't demand anything from the Great Jing yet. And the Liberty Tide is still dropping. Okay, we've got quite a bit of work to do to get rid of that one. But I suspect the professional army will at least be a thing very shortly. It will mean a bit more cost for the military. But at the same time, we can have a proper professional standing army. Oh, there we go. Now, anything else that we could pass in laws? Start from the bottom of the list. That's where the highest supports are. Anything that we want? We can't pass the per capita taxation. Religious schools. That doesn't have a lot of opposition, to be fair. The trade unions would be radicalized by it, but it could still be kind of useful to have. A bit more education access, at least. Protectionism, there's still a lot of... there is some more support for it, especially from intelligentsia. Mercantilism could also be okay-ish. Rulebook would definitely oppose that one. Landowners oppose the protectionism. Agrarianism, that would have trade unions radicalized, but beyond that, it's actually not that bad. Although the landowners oppose that, so that's probably not going to happen. Landowners do also oppose the interventionism. Wealth voting, it does have a lot of opposition as well. Okay, so yeah, there's not really anything that is excellent that we could try to pass. Right, Britain, would you be willing to support me in the independence? They would not. We do have some ideological similarities, at least. Base reluctance of 100 and unrecognized power. They are protective of me, but they also... Oh, right, belligerent against Jing. So, yeah, that's minus 53, though, so they are, and they're not willing to do that. But what we can do ourselves now, I suppose the amount of conscripts is reduced a little bit. We could probably go ahead and have a look at the army's total. So we can reduce the artillery and lancers for sure. So that's already, what, 70 conscripts? I'm going to reduce that by a little bit further. Like 40 conscripts, or 40 light infantry. That's 65. I think we'll actually go to 35 then. But what we are going to do is we are going to start getting a bit more infantry in return. Maybe a little bit lancers even. Okay, 5 in our capital. It's going to take a little while to build, but that's hopefully going to be done quickly. That's going to start... Oh yeah, our prestige is now 110. There we go. The army is getting a bit more. And tech is also increasing that a little bit. What's the next tech though? Oh right, the frigate. That will be done soon. That's going to provide us with different methods of producing more ships. It would require some engines, to be fair. But I suppose the engine production is not too bad. There's not a huge amount of trade routes quite yet, or currently. So we might be losing a bit of income on there in that regard, but oh well. Oh, and the private sector is building even more tool workshops. I mean, you know, having a lot of tooling workshops is not initially bad, of course. It does provide us with a lot of cash. Ooh, Liberty is actually improving now. Oh, because the prestige? Oh, there we go. Our prestige is improving. Is their prestige perhaps dropping? Oh, but someone got exiled in there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there we go. So that is actually improving the situation now. We are actually gaining Liberty's High fairly quickly. There we go. So that's what we needed. Now that our military is improving in size, that's going to improve our prestige even further. And it's also not the worst quality, although it's not particularly great either. Oh, there we go. There's the frigates. And let's wait until we know what is spreading next. So we will be getting the extra regiments at least. We'll get a bit of cavalry for our standing army. Ah, General Staff. Okay, that's not too bad. That unlocks the skirmish infantry. And also the better training laws. Speaking of which... Yeah, barracks. So we can get the general training. That's going to increase the amount of officers that we have. Which, you know, is probably going to be good. We can also put that for the conscription centers. So that is the last barracks underway. That's good. I'm guessing if we now have a look at the diplomas... Oh, it's already dropping again. Oh, right, we need to get more prestige. Well, I suppose the army size... Oh, is that now again? Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, British Revolt, British Empire, okay. Constitutional Empire, alright then. I don't suppose they would be willing to support my independence yet still. No. No, 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 no. At least Russia is still supporting us, and we've still got good relations with them. Although, I suppose I could improve relations with Russia in the meanwhile. We're still getting, what actually... Oh, right, so there's the motor industries, iron mine, and tooling workshop. The gold income, or the treasury, is slowly recovering. We've still got about 700,000 debt. But the investment pool is down to 3 million, which to be fair is still okay amount. We can still utilize that for a while. And of course the GDP is, well actually, it's dropped a little bit. Prestige isn't too great. We are leading producer of oil. Wow. I didn't expect that. But I will take it. We might also be getting, well, I don't know if we're getting that high on producing engines. We do produce a little bit, but it's actually not that much in the end. With the oil, we do produce quite a bit from the whaling. I suppose we do also get from the whaling, we do get a little bit of meat. Don't think we... No, we don't have food industries in here in particular. But we got a lot of them elsewhere. And, oh, another coal mine is being built in the northeastern state. In Guambuk, and that's gonna... Oh, right, foreign... Oh, lead mine in Guambuk, and then another iron mine in our capital. Well, there we go. Industrial boom. I'm going to take the standard of living this time around in our capital. It's not going to have a massive impact on the entire population, but it will help. Admittedly, the extra GDP could be useful, but at the same time... Oh, there we go. Navy power production is now +1. Finally. So I'm guessing the prestige is kind of going up and down in here. We need to get it to the point where we have... or the ratio between our prestige and their prestige isn't quite as bad, because right now it's kind of fluctuating in there, but we do get a little bit boost every now and then. And with a few more things, we might be able to get up to, like, the high liberty desire. And thus maybe get our independence. Ah, there we go. So there's the iron mine built. Another coal mine and a shipyard as well. Okay. That actually reminds me, now that we've got the opportunity for it, I believe we've got the engine... Oh, yeah, we've got the motor engines in here. There's not necessarily that much demand for it. So what we could indeed do is go for the shipyard and start using some of the engines in there. It might not be entirely profitable, but it will provide a lot more clippers. And yeah, we'll do that. It should still be somewhat okay. I mean, it's at least going to provide a bit more work for the motor industries. That's for sure. And also a bit more clippers available. I don't think we actually... I suppose it does reduce the cost for the whaling stuff at least. Among other things. We still can't do any trading ourselves though. And our GDP is now 10 million. Okay, so that's not good. I'm guessing we are below the threshold again. Yes, we are. But we're not too far off. Oh, right, the battalions are still hiring. I suppose what I could do is just go ahead and recruit a little bit more infantry. Or maybe a bit of artillery wouldn't hurt. It's going to take a little while, but that's going to give us a bit more prestige, which is going to take us away from this current sort of spot where we are just so close to that threshold, but only occasionally going over it. So we just want to get past that. So we also want to... Oh, we just lost a general. Oh dear. Let's go ahead and hire a new one. I suppose it's probably time. Well, actually, no, we don't actually need to hire a new one yet. Unless we want to hire conscripts, which we... Or raise the conscripts, which we don't really want to do quite yet. In any case, but there we go. Some of the barracks are already being built. Fairly quickly, mind you. And then the tooling workshop is still getting a 10 construction speed there, so that's not too bad. Admittedly, it's still going to take a while, but it will get done eventually. We are also paying quite a bit of money currently, but we'll hopefully fix that. Yeah, it's a tooling workshop in our capital that is getting another level. It's already level 2 in there. And it's the different financial sectors that are building, I believe. Yeah, that's another... Oh, that's the local financial sector, actually. Then the manor houses are building the coal mine, and another financial sector is building the shipyard. Oh, that's another shipyard. Okay, and the foreign... Oh, okay, they're starting to build logging in our nation. I guess that's fine. That's Jing's... Oh, they're down to 85 million GDP. They're number 2 now in the world. I mean, their GDP has taken a bit of a dip there. They're still number... Yeah, number 2 in the world, but they... Oh, British Raj is actually high GDP. Okay. But yeah, I believe now our prestige is... No, it's not high enough yet. Oh, how much... so we got 110, but how much does Jing have? 180. Okay, yeah, we've got a bit of work to do. Oh, there we go. The rule folk aren't quite as upset anymore, so the tech spread is going to be higher. Good. And the crystal class will be done soon. Then we can probably get the... That gives us another 4 options to roll from which one's going to start spreading. The distillation might not be bad, although we really do not need liquor in our market. Not currently, anyway. We've got a massive amount of extra in there. Alright then, oh, the grocery price has actually gone down a little bit. Okay. That's good, I suppose. That's good. Oil price is a little bit elevated, but there's actually not that many things that are in like a desperate situation right now. So the market's actually looking fairly good, or fairly saturated, I would say. Not necessarily in everything, of course, but in a lot of things it's looking pretty good. Tooling workshop almost done, another coal mine underway. We did get the barracks built. Of course, they haven't hired everything yet, so it's going to take a little while before we get through the threshold, or over the threshold again. I think we are approaching that fairly quickly. We could also go ahead and get another light ship. I'm going to build up the naval bases in Yongnam. We won't have a huge fleet, but it will at least be able to, you know, protect our trading a little bit, I suppose. Although we don't really do trading yet, but in the future. Can we? No, I don't suppose. No, we can't have any more industry yet. That's alright. We've still got more loyalists than radicals, although the difference has diminished quite a bit. The standard living is okay, the literacy rate is still improving, GDP is... we did pick at 12.1 million there at one point. Oh, another food industry in Yongnam. I don't suppose there's anything... Right, I suppose tenant farmers, there's a bit of support for that, but that radicalized the landowners. I don't want to do that yet. Interventionism or agrarianism would probably be a slightly better option. Interventionism is going to anger the landowners too much. But the problem is that there's not that much support. When's the next election? Oh, actually, we had the election already, and it didn't really change the ruling parties at all. That's a bit of a problem. At least we are slowly paying back the loan still, although we got another 800,000 currently, so... Yeah, no, we actually incurred quite a bit while building up the military. There's still a shortage of artillery in the market. I don't know if there's going to be demand for artillery foundry enough to build one ourselves yet. We'll definitely want to have one at some point. There's still 1.6 times the stuff in there. The voting, no, we can't really change that one. I don't want to change the army laws right now. The intervention is just doesn't... Actually, let's have a look. Is there any agitators? I suppose we got that slot filled already, so we can't get that one. Homesteading does have a bit of support. There's only 12% chance of progress, so that's not really a lot. That would reduce the landowner's power, though, which would be useful in that regard. No bread, no freedom. Literally what we might want to do is just increase the radicalism enough that there's going to be sort of popular support for different laws that we can then pass. Oh, I'm already depleted another gold. That's the one in here. There's two... Oh, they can have up to 10 gold mines in there. Oh my goodness. And that would be quite profitable, I would say. Crystal class is almost done. And the artillery price is starting to increase. Now, admittedly, our military, at least in the prestige that we get from it, is improving. Resource boom in Yangseo. Sure, we'll take that one. And cause we are a rebel. Actually, we'll go ahead and exile that current agitator. Can we then invite someone else in? There's the homesteading. That's not really bad. Or colonial expert. No, we just exiled that one. We'll invite the homesteading. And then we could probably go ahead and try to pass the law. Although, no, we can't really. The landowners are all going to be radicalized by that, and I'd rather avoid it for now. We can start getting a little bit more support for it, so that eventually it's going to be worthwhile taking the hit of less... or taking the penalty from the radicalized landowners. I suppose, what else do you support? Land reformer? Homesteading and collectivized agriculture. Okay. Strongly oppose land-based taxation. Like, we can't really change the... Oh, there we go. Election season is starting. Let's have a look. Conservative Party is still probably going to be the massive winner of that one. Okay. Yeah, we kind of want to change the voting laws, I think. but there's not much support for it yet. Unless, let's have a look. Yeah, no, 7% support. There's no opposing size to it, though. So let's get the wealth voting underway. We've got the crystal class now. And speaking of speech, Liberal Party, right of assembly pop support. That could be useful. I'm going to take that. It might not fire immediately. But crystal class, what is going to start spreading next? Ah, it is agriculture, finally. Now with the crystal class, I believe, let's double check the lead situation. There is still a little bit extra. We can probably increase that production even further as well. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, we definitely can. We'll continue with that. And then the glass works, we'll get the crystal glass, which reduces the wood consumption. It will increase the lead consumption quite a bit, but I think that's going to be alright. Because the lead production needs to ramp up a little bit before that's going to be properly profitable. That's alright. But with that, we are unfortunately out of time with this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.